Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous two-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa. Easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
Ready to pop the question? The jewelers at BlueNile.com have got sparkle down to a science with beautiful lab-grown diamonds worthy of your most brilliant moments. Their lab-grown diamonds are independently graded and guaranteed identical to natural diamonds, and they're ready to ship to your door. Go to BlueNile.com and use promo code LISTEN to get $50 off your purchase of $500 or more. That's code LISTEN at BlueNile.com for $50 off. BlueNile.com, code LISTEN.
Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we are starting a new book of the Bible.
Sure as fuck are.
Yeah, so what are we doing today?
We're going to start Obadiah.
And what else are we going to do today?
We're going to finish Obadiah.
Yeah, it took you a minute.
I was like,
yeah.
What? We have a plan? What? I thought for a second, I was like, did we plan a plan? What's a plan?
No, it's just it's a short book.
It's just funny. Yeah. It's literally one page, not one page front and back.
No.
Just the front of one page.
Right. But that being said, we do have an announcement to make today. That is, we have a new patron.
What?
Yeah, and this patron deserves an entire book of the Bible.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So it's our first... what level was it? It was a
million stars.
Yeah, well, it's
in the sky.
Yeah, it's the highest. They're our highest donor thus far.
Yeah.
And I just really want to thank Frederick for joining our Patreon.
Yeah.
And supporting us there. This level actually offers our patrons a phone call. So we actually called Frederick today.
And had a lovely conversation. He's a wonderful human being.
Yeah. No, it was a great conversation. We talked for like an hour, and it was really amazing. And I just want to read something from them that they wrote to when they joined. So he says, proud Appalachian atheist here, former Pentecostal holiness, snake handling, tongue speaking, faith healing, fire and brimstone preaching preacher, turned gay heathen. Often I find myself bitching at you all as the former apologetic, not that I believe what I'm saying, just to entertain myself. I wish I could have experienced something like this during my deconstruction days. I would have educated myself much sooner and broke free from the generational trauma caused by religion, and in particular the call to Pentecostalism. So this is my support for the good fight and the righteous fight that we have been ordained by logic and reason to do. There's more, but I thought that was a great little,
Yeah, that is so perfect. And perfect for the times, too, because now more than ever, as the saying goes, we really do need to fight the good fight. And it's daunting, with what we're up against. But people like Frederick make it just so humbling and exciting at the same time.
Definitely. And I can't be thankful enough for this, but I do want to say that with support from people like Frederick and people that have been supporting us for quite some time now, it does make a difference. We are able to do more. We are able to bring more to this and get the word out about our podcast more. So every donor, every person who donates helps us tremendously.
Absolutely.
And if you want to help out as well,
and are able,
go to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse. We have plans starting as low as $1 a month. Now the free or the ad-free stuff starts at $2 a month. But just for $1 a month, you can help support our, what we're doing here and move things forward a bit for us. So.
And also get free access to the Patreon only episodes that we do.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of a really cool series right now that we just started called Cults versus Religion.
Yeah, which we'll be doing another episode this week. So
Yep.
Definitely.
So, and if you can't do Patreon, but you really, really want to hear this episode, be sure to join us on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern
on
Discord for our live, and you can hear it then.
Yeah, definitely. So just one last time, thank you, Frederick.
Thank you so much, Frederick. Really, very much.
And that being said, are you ready to hop into the beginning and end of Obadiah?
Sure as fuck am.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, let's hop into Obadiah.
Let's do it.
Okay, but before we hop into Obadiah,
okay.
I thought I'd give a little bit of who dat.
Yeah, sure.
Or as the Bengals say, who day.
I mean, we are in Dayton, Ohio, so that is relevant to us anyway. Yeah.
So this whole book, chapter 1, book, is about judgment against Israel's brother, the humbling of Edom. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to bitch at the Edomites some more.
So we got a whole book of the Bible dedicated to bitching at the Edomites?
To be fair, it's only a page, so yes.
No, yeah, I got it.
The book of Obadiah is a prophecy concerning the fall and the subsequent divine judgment of Edom, a mountain-dwelling nation whose founding father was...
Edom?
Esau. Yeah.
I don't. Why did you put me on the spot like that? Wife looks at me like she wants me to answer the question. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I wanted you to
Who was it?
Guess, or a lot of times you do remember.
Got it. Yeah.
Esau, and that was Jacob's brother.
Right.
So
yeah.
The one who actually should have got the birthright, if we're being honest.
Right.
The hairy dude.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because
no, I remember because he put it. Yeah. Okay. He put the, what was it, some other...
Jacob put some hairy animal arm skin on himself.
Yeah, he created hairy hair for him.
To steal the birthright.
Yeah. Right.
So authorship of this book is attributed to Obadiah, who describes an encounter with Yahweh. However, didn't get very far. The date of composition is disputed and is difficult to determine due to the lack of personal information about Obadiah, his family, and his historical background, given that, again, this entire book is only one page.
Go figure. A book of the Bible and a writer in the Bible is hard to verify and may or may not have lived when they thought they lived.
And we have no idea when because it's only one page long.
Yeah.
The date must therefore be estimated, of course, based on the words within the prophecy itself. Okay.
Okay.
So Edom in this chapter is about to be destroyed due to its lack of defense for its brother nation Israel, which, I mean, that's what we've been reading about thus far.
Yeah.
And that was when it was under attack. So there are two major historical contexts within which the Edomites could have committed this act. Okay. So knowing that helps us place it with either one or the other, and historians prefer one to the other.
Got it. If I had to guess, we're talking about either the Syrian invasion or the Babylonian invasion.
Oh my God, you're smart. Yeah.
And if I had to guess also, based on where it is in the Bible, probably they choose the Syrian invasion.
Let's read this little bit and find out.
Okay. All right.
So the first time period was 853 to 841 BCE, when Jerusalem was being invaded by the Philistines and Arabs during the reign of Jehoram of Judah. And that bit was described in Kings chapter 8 Kings chapter 8 and 2 Chronicles chapter 21. Okay. Or the other time period was during 607 to 586 BCE, when Jerusalem was attacked by Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, which led to the Babylonian exile of Israel as described in Psalm 137. Okay.
Yep.
The earlier time period places Obadiah as a contemporary of the prophet Elijah.
Right.
And the later date places Obadiah as a contemporary of the prophet Jeremiah, which scholars agree is the most likely, since Obadiah 1 through 9 actually parallels Jeremiah chapter 49, verses 7 through 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a passage that dates from the 4th year of the reign of Joachim. I always say it wrong. In 604 BCE. Okay. So Obadiah 11 through 14 seems to refer to the destruction of Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar in 586 BCE. Okay. So that's the guess.
Got it.
It's more likely that Obadiah and the book of Jeremiah together were drawing on a common source presently unknown. Than that Jeremiah drew on previous writings of Obadiah as its source. So it's more likely, what I'm saying is, if Obadiah had been written during that earlier time, then Jeremiah would have been basing his writings on Obadiah.
Got it.
And that's not very likely. It's more likely, since they parallel each other, that they were written during the same time period, drawing on a similar source.
Okay. All right.
So there is also a lot of material in Obadiah verses 10 through 21 that would very much have suited Jeremiah.
Got it.
So that are things that Jeremiah would very much approve of having been written had he, written them himself.
Got it.
So that's when we think. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give that little intro before we hop into this very not long chapter.
Got it.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Obadiah chapter 1, the only chapter.
Yeah.
Okay. The vision of Obadiah.
Okay.
This is what the sovereign Lord says about Edom. We have heard a message from the Lord. Yes, we have, haven't we?
I mean, we've heard a couple in this book. Anyway.
We have, yeah.
Right.
An envoy was sent to the nations to say, "Rise, let us go against her for battle. See, I will make you small among the nations. You will be utterly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you, you who live in the clefts of the rocks and make your home on the heights. You who say to yourself, who can bring me down to the ground? Though you soar like the eagle, soar like the eagle."
So there's something wrong with dwelling in the mountains?
The future.
That's a bad thing? It seems like it, maybe.
Well, I mean, high places.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Whatever.
Though you soar like the eagle into the future and make your nest among the stars, all the stars in the sky. From there, I will bring you down, declares the Lord.
Of course he will.
Yeah,
That's what he does. That's what God does best.
I don't like anybody being happy.
No.
Fuck those happies.
Right.
If thieves came to you, if robbers in the night, what a disaster waits you. Would they not steal only as much as they wanted? If grape pickers came to you, would they not leave a few grapes? But how Esau will be ransacked, his hidden treasures pillaged. Those fuckers. All your allies will force you to the border. Your friends will deceive and overpower you. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you, but you will not detect it. Nanny, boo, boo.
I just don't understand. God loves to tell people, hey, you're going to be destroyed.
I know.
You're not going to even know it's going to happen, and you're going to be destroyed.
Yep. Death is coming.
But it's never for anything that justifies. Okay, look. There's nothing that justifies people dying unless you're fighting someone specifically to keep them from killing you, right? Like that. There is nothing really that, in my mind, rises to the level of these groups of people deserve to die. Right. But all throughout the Bible, we talk about how God thinks these groups of people deserve to die.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting to me.
Here's the thing. I can see how people can get there, because let me just present you with this example. Okay. What are those movies that Keanu Reeves is in where he's a gangster because he's trying to get out of it, but somebody kills his dog, right? That his wife gave him before she died.
Yeah, that was oh my God.
There's 4 of them. What are they fucking called?
Yeah, I completely am drawing. We just talked about this last night.
I know.
Now I'm drawing a complete blank.
Okay, but everybody knows the Keanu Reeves movie where his dog died.
Right, yeah.
And then there's 4 movies of him going after all the other gangsters because they're all coming after him because he killed the guy who killed his dog, and that like turned on a gang war, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
So 4 movies because his wife died and left him a dog that a gangster killed. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And we're all like, yeah, get him, Keanu Reeves. And we're all like cheering it on. Now, I love those fucking movies. They're very violent. They're somewhat gory. They're not a lot of like sex and boobs in it and stuff. So that's cool.
John Wick.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I mean, we are, as we watch the movie, cheering on him killing other people.
That's true.
That's not to say we want to see that in real life.
Right.
But the fact that we all think that movies like that are entertaining and good fun doesn't necessarily speak well of us as a people. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm saying that as a huge fan of both Keanu Reeves and John Wick movies.
Okay. All right. I mean, I see your point, but and you know, I guess in society's / our defense, right? We see the people that these folks that we cheer when they kill them, that they deserved it, right?
Sure.
Which okay. So in the Bible, I'm playing.
You're
I'm
playing
this
along.
up here.
Yeah, play the game.
In the Bible, they view that these people deserve this,
sure,
right? So they cheer on these deaths and these conquerings and what have you, right?
I'm not trying to say it's right. I'm trying to say, are we really the ones who want to cast those stones? Because it's not a very far drop in my mind. Yeah.
No, I see where you're coming, but my only argument to that, it would be that this is a God doing this, right? A quote unquote perfect God, one that is supposed to know our hearts, know everything about everybody, and know how everything works, right? And yet this God, who is apparently perfect, takes glee, takes joy in these deaths and continues to do them, even though he might be able to probably should be able to find a different way around it, given the fact that he's a God. Sure. That's all.
No,
so and that would be my only argument. And I get you made a good point.
I mean, that's if you are arguing with a theist, right? Sure. If you're arguing with a theist, it's like, yeah, but your God is so violent, blah, blah, blah. But if you're just arguing with somebody else who's defending the Bible, then it's like that God is clearly based on man and man is violent.
Right. No, I mean, then that's exactly right. Right. I mean, I think that's when we walk the line about talking about both of those sides of things, where either we're talking about God's point of view, or we're talking about the fact that it was written by man. Right. And if we are talking about the fact that it was written by man, it reflects
man's violence.
Yeah.
It reflects why we enjoy John Wick movies. Yeah. Even when we know better, as you and I do.
Right. No, that's you can enjoy. I mean, I don't support the death penalty.
Right.
Yet I do enjoy the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's why I thought it was a great example, because we are supposed to so sympathize with his character. I mean, he was in this lifestyle and walked away from it, and clearly, is a good guy on the right side. And his character is presented as, having loved his wife so much that, he wanted to disappear inside of himself. And she knew that. So that's why she left him a dog. Yeah. And he did love that fucking dog so much that's why he was heartbroken. Like, it's such a sympathetic character that it is the best example of, yeah, we want him to kill those guys. Right. And that is not nice. That is not good. Yeah. I have such mixed feelings about it, because I have to, put on my audience enjoying just a good story hat and take off my moral person with a decent heart who wants to treat people correctly, even when they don't deserve it, had.
Right. Yeah. No, that was an excellent point.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. You're giving me that glow. Oh my gosh. All right. So God continues, this perfect, loving God who is extremely violent.
Yeah.
In that day, declares the Lord, will I not destroy the wise men of Edom, those of understanding in the mountains of Esau?
No, you probably will.
Your warriors, Taman, will be terrified, and everyone in Esau's mountains will be cut down in the slaughter. I mean, the evil laughter just has to follow up, right?
Right.
Now, I don't know what Timon or Tamon is.
But I'm assuming we'll find out in our Q&A.
Probably, yeah. It's a place.
Right.
That's all.
Okay.
Because of the violence against your brother Jacob, I'm mad at you. Oh, wait. Your brother Jacob, because you were mean to Israel.
Right.
And didn't help them.
Right.
You will be covered with shame. You will be destroyed forever. The way he said that, I thought that just for a second that he was literally talking to Esau and his brother Jacob. And I was like, wait, you're mad at Esau in that? Because that was Jacob.
I do think it's funny the way he says that he'll be covered by shame. You'll be destroyed forever.
Yeah.
Right? Which is it?
Yeah.
Are you going to kill everybody or are you going to cover them in shame? Which you're not. We all know you're not going to kill everybody.
Well, he says destroyed forever. That doesn't necessarily mean dead. There are worse things than death.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, they're going to be conquered for sure, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
On the day you stood aloof while strangers carried off his wealth and foreigners entered his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem, you were like one of them. Yeah. So, not only did you let the bad guys take the city, that is your brother, you helped. You looted them too.
Yeah.
You fuckface.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's not nice. No. But then you have to ask, but what did Israel do to Esau or Edomites? Come on. Well,
I think we talked about this whenever we were talking about the whole Babylonian invasion before, and that's that there's this large power coming down on these people, right? And the groups that decided to side with them, do you really blame them? I don't know enough about it. I'm going to say no, though. Right. Well, I mean, if your options are be destroyed and enslaved or join, I don't know how bad you can feel about the choice that someone makes in that moment, Right. You have an option of living or dying, essentially, or being enslaved.
I mean, to a more modern and lesser violent degree, it's like looking at somebody who is who was a draft dodger and didn't want to go to war and fight in Vietnam, but didn't want to sell their soul. But we look at them now and we're like, okay, during that time, you're giving me that look, and I fucking hate it. I hate it.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay,
get the look off your face. All right. So, the point I'm trying to make is somebody has choices, right? And their choice is to go one way or the other way, and then be judged in history forever for the choice that they made. Right. And during the time, everybody looked at the draft dodger as the piece of shit. But now we look back and we're a lot more sympathetic and we're like, Jesus, I don't want to, go over and fight. Ugh. Yeah. Especially now that we know, it's very public knowledge that it was not a good fight. It was not our fight. And, there was no winning that fight.
Yeah, it still wouldn't be taken well in the, if you were a politician running for office, though.
Yeah.
So it's still not looked on great, but it
by
does,
the common man,
it does, yeah, it does have a, yeah.
By the common man who might be in that guy's pants and have to make that choice. Do you want to go over there? No, you don't, do you? That's why you didn't fucking enlist, right?
Right.
I guess to that degree, everyone who didn't enlist has been a draft dodger, right? Otherwise, you would have enlisted, right?
Not necessarily.
I'm just saying,
no.
We could take that to that.
Sure.
That would be my argument. If somebody was coming down on me, well, you didn't fucking serve in the military either. Why are you coming down on me, asshole?
Right.
That would be my response.
Sure.
But the point I was trying to make is we're judging this nation way later, and you're asking the right question. Like, what were the choices, though?
Right.
And that's the point that I was trying to make about, say, a more modern example that is not the same, but is a person facing choices.
Got it.
And being stuck in, what am I going to do?
Sure.
Yep. All right. Not the best example, but it was what came to my mind.
I didn't know where you were going with it. That's all. That's why I'm sorry.
But your face was like, you're dumb.
No.
It was. You were
I
giving
just didn't know where you were going with it.
I know, and your face was like, you're dumb.
No.
Okay. Well, if you say so. You should not gloat over your brother in the day of his misfortune, nor rejoice over the people of Judah in the day of their destruction, nor boast so much in the day of their trouble. So stop.
Stop boasting. And
all that boasting is so boastful.
Right.
We hate that, don't we?
Yeah.
You should not march through the gates of my people in the day of their disaster. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Nor gloat over them in their calamity in the day of their disaster, nor seize their wealth in the day of their disaster.
Basically,
so stop.
Don't do the things in the day of their disaster.
You can do them on a different day, though.
Yeah.
Totally.
Tuesdays are good.
Tuesdays. Every other Tuesday. You should not wait at the crossroads to cut down their fugitives. Oh, my God. Nor hand over their survivors in the day of their trouble. Wow. Okay. Anyway.
Well, I mean, like, they basically helped out. This is still them helping out whoever it was, the Babylonians or whatever. And, like, if people were trying to seek refuge in their land, they turned them over, because if they didn't, they probably were going to face repercussions from the Babylonians, right?
Right.
So, or whatever group it was.
Yeah, well, when it says don't wait at the crossroads to cut down their fugitives, is that telling the Edomites don't cut down the fugitives? Hold on. I'm trying to understand who he's talking to.
He's talking to the Edomites. I
know he's talking to the Edomites. I'm trying to understand, what does cut down their fugitives mean? Who is there in that pronoun?
The Israelites.
So the Israelites have fugitives? I don't understand. Cut down
people running from the fugitives in this light might just be people running from the Babylonians who were trying to capture them.
Okay.
Because they were killing and capturing the Israelites at the time.
Right.
And if they ran away from being captured and taken into exile, these might have been considered fugitives because they didn't allow themselves to be taken into exile.
Okay, I see. I was confused because fugitive sounds like they belong to somebody. And so I didn't understand, like, they're fugitives. I don't know. I just wasn't following it. Sorry.
Fugitive is just somebody who's running from the...
I know what a fugitive is. I don't know what their fugitives means.
Israel's fugitives.
Okay.
The fugitives of Israel.
That would have been better phrasing to me. The fugitives of Israel, not Israel's fugitives. Because the fugitives don't belong to Israel. They just are fugitives.
Got it.
Of Israel.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't like the phrasing.
Okay.
You know how I be. The day of the Lord is near for all nations.
Oh, that's a bad day from what I understand.
I'm just putting that out there.
From previous books that we read.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
As you have done, it will be done to you, bitch. Okay? Your deeds will return upon your own fucking head. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to get you.
Okay.
Just as you drank on my holy hill, so all the nations will drink continually. They will drink and be as if they had never been? Question mark? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not following that.
I do want to say real quick here, though, that God allowed Israel to be conquered, right? And all Edom did was allow Israel to be conquered.
Right.
That's
funny.
Kind of equal there, if you ask me.
Like, we were just following your example, God.
I'm just saying.
What? We can't win. Jesus Christ.
No, that's later.
I know, right? I wasn't even there.
Right.
God, Ghostbusters never fails me. All right. So anyway, everybody's drinking something. I don't really know, but it's going to be like they've never been.
Sure.
Right. But on Mount Zion will be deliverance. It will be holy, and Jacob will possess his inheritance. Jacob will be a fire, and Joseph a flame. Esau will be stubble, and they will set him on fire and destroy him. Boom. There will be no survivors from Esau.
Esau is on fire.
I don't think that's a good use of that song.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
But actually it was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. No survivors. Esau's dead. Mm-hmm. The Lord has spoken. People from the Negev will occupy the mountains of Esau, and people from the foothills will possess the land of the Philistines. They will occupy the fields of Ephraim and Samaria, and Benjamin will possess Gilead.
Mm. Yeah, the Israelites, they're going to possess it all.
Mm-hmm. Everybody,
you all are fucked, and
God's people win. The end.
Yeah, God's people win. Not today, but like later.
Yeah. Like every chapter is either God's people win or God's going to kill his people.
Right.
Or God's people win, but they got too prideful, so God's going to kill his people.
But I couldn't. Anytime we've ever talked about Edom or any of these other groups that were like allowing for the Israelites to fall, mm-hmm. I'm like, but God literally let them fall.
Right.
And what? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
Please don't let me be chosen.
Right? Yeah, there's just no right answer ever.
This company of Israelite exiles who are in Canaan will possess the land as far as Zarephath.
Sure.
The exiles from Jerusalem who are in Sepharad will possess the towns of the Negev. I don't know what Zarephath is, but Sepharad is Spain.
Ah, okay.
Just so that, you know.
Got it.
I looked that one up.
Sure.
Or what I mean to say is that one was in the notes.
Got it.
But I don't know what a Zarephath is.
Okay.
So I'll have to look that up.
Sure.
Okay, last one, and then we're done with the book. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Deliverers will go up on Mount Zion to governor the mountains of Esau, and the kingdom will be the Lord's. The end. Bye, Obadiah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
Apparently Esau's screwed.
Yep.
That's pretty much what that one says.
Mm-hmm. Fuck Esau.
Yeah.
Fuck those fuckers in Esau.
We don't like them.
Fucking Edomites.
Yeah.
Edomite sandwich.
Yeah. Well,
hey.
What? Edomite sandwich. I love it.
It just made me think of Vegemite.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say really though.
I mean,
is there anything? It sounds like. I mean, this book sounds like every other, book where we were talking about the Babylonian exile.
Except
more or less, except we're talking about Edom now.
And it's just one chapter.
It's just one chapter.
Right?
So.
Yeah.
I don't know that there was anything real exceptional about it.
There will be a little bit that I cover in the Q&A and wrap up.
These books at the end of the Bible, at the end of the Old Testament, are kind of like,
they're anticlimactic and like add-ons,
right? And that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And we're getting ready to get into the New Testament soon-ish,
right?
So we're gonna get excited, and New Testament ends in Revelation.
Yeah,
it's got a bang.
I know, but I think before we start the New Testament, hadn't we talked about wanting to do the pseudo-pig, the stuff that doesn't go in the Bible that was left out?
Yes, the apocryphal texts,
that stuff,
things like that.
Yeah,
right,
like the Dead Sea Scroll kind of things, and that
the Dead Sea Scrolls doesn't necessarily.
I said some of it, not all of it.
Okay. It's just the Dead Sea Scrolls were a bunch of it's the Bible essentially. I know. Just with it had some other,
but not all of the things that were found in the Dead Sea Scrolls were included.
Right.
So that's the ones. That's
the ones we want to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Obadiah.
Sure as fuck was.
Which was the 31st book of the Bible.
I'm glad you're keeping count.
And we're now done with that one.
Well,
so we're moving on.
We have our special episodes, we have the wrap up and the contradictions, which I don't know how many there's going to be.
It might be we might have to, this is going to be really short probably.
Yeah, we might have a 30-second little episode where I'm like, well.
I'm sure we'll find some contradictions.
We'll find something.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you then, guys.
Bye.
To get people excited about Boost Mobile's new nationwide 5G network, we're offering unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month.
Forever.
Even if you have a baby.
Even if your baby has a baby.
Even if you grow old and wrinkly and you start repeating yourself.
Even if you start repeating yourself.
Even if you're on your deathbed and you need to make one last call.
Or text.
Right, or text. The long-lost son you abandoned at birth.
You'll still get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile.
Forever!
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Forever.
Hi, this is Christopher Kimball from Milk Street Radio. I often shop at Whole Foods Market since they sell the kind of food I like. Organic vegetables, a great meat counter, and of course a great staff. For Thanksgiving, Whole Foods offers brine turkeys, as well as a spiral-cut bone-in ham. The Whole Foods Market Bakery has a large assortment of pies, even a vegan pumpkin pie, or grab some brioche and butterflake rolls for the table as well. Or you can ask the Whole Foods team to cater your meal for you, including the bird, the sides, and desserts. Get your holiday party started at Whole Foods Market.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.